Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again, Sunday night, for the next round of the PS Pacific Open Tier 1 Championship. And this week we are at the lovely France circuit at Paul Ricard. So this 5.84 kilometre circuit, 15 turns. Our guys will be racing 27 laps. We can get mixed conditions around here. So we're just about to ready up right now. So as we load into this circuit, just a quick recap of last week's results. No incidences from Mexico, so it was a clear race from all drivers, which was very nice to see. And the results from last week was Karma, second race in this series, picked up his first win. Prezzo, our current championship leader, P2. Jays picked up P3. Mercedes Fan a nice P4, and Ente round out the top 5. So as we load in now. So a bit of a smaller grid tonight, but the racing should be just as exciting. But we do have some note on the championship, because Prezzo, if everything goes his way tonight, he will be able to clinch it tonight. He has to win no matter what. So if he doesn't get that top step of the podium, the championship will go to the next round at Brazil. So only Ente, Grimmy, Jays second in the championship, still in the running, but unfortunately he's not here tonight. So Prezzo could very easily clinch it. There's multiple ways it could work out, but it's pretty much Ente has to be top 3, top 4, and Grimmy has to be at least in the top 7 or top 8, depending on who has fastest lap. So we'll keep that in the back of our mind if Prezzo does happen to lead this race at some point. We do have 16 drivers, so missing 4. Jedley at the moment just our only reserve tonight. So Super Sub is in the AlphaTauri tonight. Looking at the weather, looking fairly cloudy, so maybe a bit of chance of rain later on in the session, but looking dry for the most part. Got Ente coming out for a lap first. So looking at time trial times around here, we're probably expecting Pole to be a low 130. Fastest driver that I saw was a 30.2. If they can match their time trial times, it would be a fairly good effort. So that's the time I'm roughly thinking, low 30. So if we've got any drivers listening, if they want to give us a bit of a weather update for the race. Obviously we see it's a bit cloudy at the moment. So could that mean a little bit of weather in the race? Would excite things up a little bit more, but luckily with France, with this long back straight, should be plenty of chances of overtaking. So we've got 2 DRS zones, one on the front straight away, and then the second one is the first part before the chicane. No DRS through here, but if you can get a run and line them up through the second part of the back straight, then you got the double right-hander here sweeping corners. And then this tight and twisty third sector. So you do want a bit of downforce for this third sector, but you definitely don't want some for the first and the second. So it'll be interesting to see which guys are running it, but right on board with Ente now as he comes across the line to start his first lap of the session. So obviously pit lane could be there, so I have to watch that for the race, but around turn 1, very easy to lose it on the curbs. Don't want to run too wide there because you'll easily invalidate your lap as he comes around up to turn 3 now. This right, then left, hugging the curb nicely. Then around turn 5, nice and narrow. And then around turn 6, very easy to lose the back end through here, so you want a nice clean exit to get the run through turn 7 and onto this long back straight. He'd activate DRS right there. So we watch on board, he's hitting about 300, just under 330 kilometres an hour. As he comes through 8 and 9, the chicane, again wanting to get a good exit out of here, because he'll hit about 320. As he comes to the flat right-hander of 10, even with full fuel, you should be able to carry a lot of speed through there. As we go to the double, or I should say the long sweeping right-hander of 11. Nice exit through there. He's taking a wider line through 12, around 13 now. To the right you'll see the pit line, so the guys will have to be careful and stay within the white line, so that could be a tricky pit lane as he comes around the final corner, turn 15. Nice clean exit, activate DRS for the final time. He crosses the line and he does a 131.4, so not a bad lap for Ente as a banker. Lap on that looks like an Alfa Romeo coming across the line now. What can he do? That's he's starting his flyer. Organ drop, he improves by just under 2/10 over Ente. Snickers Bud out on a set of mediums, which is interesting. Obviously, since our last race, there's been an update to the game where you can select a different set of tyres if you want, a softer range, a medium range, or a harder range. So a bit more strategy involved in it. So if you go the harder range, you've got an extra set of hards and an extra set of mediums that you can play with. So it'd be interesting to see what the guys do decide to play with. Metz must have invalidated that first lap, so he stays at the bottom for the time being. Snickers Bud, he's invalidated. I think we've got both McLarens fairly close by. Follow Deputy first. His lap's currently valid at the moment. Bit of lag on there, but he comes across the line now. He does a 132 flat. I think Grimmy had to come in, he had to back off because he got so close to his teammate. Karma, last week's race winner, he comes across the line now. And he does a 31 flat, so 3/10 improvement, so nice start from Karma, wants to try and make it back to back. Prezzo, he's on possibly a second run, no he's not, so bit of a slower first lap from him than what we would have expected. A lot of these guys up Banana, he's coming around the final corner now. So he's got the DRS activated, so what time can he do? 32 flat, so not a bad banker, but slowest of the drivers that have set a time so far. Snickers Bud on those mediums, he's got absolutely no ARS, so you'd imagine he'd be in at the end of this lap. He is. Who we got? Deputy, he just finished a lap, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's in as well. So we got both Alpha Tauris down the back straight, they're not on laps. What about Combat? Yeah, he looks fairly quick, Combat, so we'll go on and follow him through the rest of this lap. So he has got one of the Alpha Tauris in front of him, so hopefully they get out of the way. Yeah, they go wide. Oh, and I say as they go wide, Combat has a spin, so it's easily one of the easier corners to spin there, whether he's rode on the inside curb, which can unsettle the car, or he's just got on the power a little bit too quickly. But he'll have to come in for a set of new tyres. Bompton will be in this lap as well, so just under 11 minutes to go. A lot of these guys in after doing their first runs, and just over half the field have got a time on the board. Alright, Jedley's he going on a lap. He's definitely using the ERS, so he's on a fly right on board as he activates the first DRS of his lap. So you want to hug the right hand side to open up the entry of 8. And around 9, nice clean exit through there. Back on the power. If you get a little bit unsettled there in the race, someone right behind, if they can line the exit up, definitely we've seen 2 action, side by side action I should say, through 10. If you come through 11 now, fairly smooth on this lap. So we've seen the pace that Jedley's shown all season long. Just grades that inside curve, and obviously careful not to go too wide. You can very easily validate on this track. And the final corner now, nice and smooth, got the power as early as you can, activate DRS as he comes across the line. He goes pole by 0.3 of a second, so that was a really nice lap from Jedley. So AlphaTauri 1-2 at the moment. So if they can translate this pace to the race, good amount of points coming their way. Let's not forget we've got Entei, Prezzo, and then Grimmy. He hasn't set a lap time, so a lot of guys that we see it towards the front of this pack, not quite up there at the moment. So definitely a lot of improvement. Grimmy, he's coming the second part of the back straight. He's got a purple middle sector, so whether that's on his own time or overall. Who's that? Prezzo's about to start his lap, so we'll go back on to Grimmy. Right on board with him, yellow flags behind, people just letting others go through. He again just hugs the inside curve but doesn't want to ride it, as what we possibly could have seen from Combat. Coming around the final corner now. Seemed like a smooth part of the lap for what we were on board with. And he goes quickest, just under half a tenth. So he takes pole position currently. But a lot of quick drivers to go and a lot of time left. Deputy just about to start his new one. Snickers Bud's starting a new one. Oh, I think I saw a spin, that's Deputy. So turn 2, can catch a lot of people out if you ride that curve too much. So that inside curve can definitely grab a lot of people. So we got an AlphaTauri. They're validated, so they're just starting their lap. Here we got Prezzo is the next one around on his lap. So current championship leader can win the championship if everything goes his way tonight. Take the off-board shot. Coming around 13 now. Left-hander. And wants to line it up to get a nice exit out of here. Fairly straight to me. DRS. Currently 31.9. He's got to find just over a second. He does find nearly 0.8 of it, but still only puts him in 6th. So he's still got to find a little bit of time, about half a second for the top guys. So, we'll see if Prezzo can improve that line. Bompton just start his lap. I think we got Snickers Bud coming through the final corner now. Hasn't got a time on the board, so he does the 32.3. It is a time, so if anybody DNFs from the rest of the field, they'll be able to move up. Or someone's gone very wide and taken out one of the DRS boards. I'm not sure who that was, but Combat getting a nice toe. He puts in P9, 31.5. He'd probably want to be a little bit higher up than what he is. And Prezzo, he's burning, but he won't have enough juice to finish the lap. Bompton, he's saving, so a lot of these guys done with their laps. Combat just finished one, is he going again? No, he's not burning, so everybody is right. Banana is, so we'll follow him for the second half of this lap. As we've got about half the field in the pits ready to put on possibly their final set. Banana goes purple middle sector. So Banana currently 6th in the championship. Couple up and down results, but he's only finished outside the top 10 only twice so far this season. Last week didn't quite work out for him, P10. So hopefully he can get a good qualifying position and improve on that. Best result was 3rd all the way back at Imola, I believe. Across the line he goes up. He's a 31.5 as well. So Banana Combat Logan all separated by 300s. As we got every driver in except for Banana and Bompton. So Bompton, as Bompton's had a bit of a spin. So as I said, turn 6 can definitely catch you out. You want to try and carry as much as you can, but just unsettles the rear end of the car. And if these guys are running slightly unstable setups to try and get max speed, that's definitely one corner that they'll have to be wary of. So Bompton, about through just under 4 minutes to go. Probably a good time for him to come back in, get on his final set of boots and go out for a final run. He has cut that section, which you're not meant to do. Not meant to cut the track in order to get back to pit lane quicker. So whether stewards have anything to say about that, we'll leave that till after this race. But we've got Grimmy, he's just about to start his, possibly, yeah, that'll be his last flyer. So we follow him, currently on pole by less than half a tenth. And he's got a clear track ahead of him, so right on board with him now. He goes through turn 3, 4 and 5. Hugging the curb nicely. Oh, a bit too much power on the throttle. What's good for Grimmy is he's got just under 3 minutes, so he can back off, turn the RS off, coast around this track, and then go through his final run. So that's the advantage of leaving a few minutes before the end of the session, because you have another run in it, and if you can take care of his tyres, they should still be very nice. So because he lost it early on, tyres won't have taken too much of a hit. Got Stobby, he's on his last flyer now. So hopefully he can navigate turn 4 a little bit better than what Grim could. Yes, he can. Around the sharp turn 5 and then the long turn 6. That looked like a nice line, full throttle through 7 and activating DRS down the back straight. Now coming into the middle chicane. Looked like a nice line through there. Probably a little bit wide, but he rode it nicely and didn't invalidate. So he has set it purple middle sector. Comes around the sweeping right-hander of 11. Can go side by side through there. Do you get a run out of 10? Wants to hug this curb. Does it nicely. Try not to go too wide on the exit. On board out of 13, around 14 now. Wants to get a nice run out of this last corner. Hugs the corner a little bit, probably cost him a little bit of time running wide there as well. So he'll lose time down to the finish line, but what can he do? He goes up to P8 on 31.4. So he won't have enough time to do another one, so that's it for him. So as we have a look, I think Prezzo, he's just starting his last one. So he's low on energy. Grimmy, watch Grimmy current pole sitter. Bompton, Combat's just starting his one, so it will go back on to Grimmy. So 20 seconds left of this session. A lot of traffic in front of him that are about to start their final laps. Won't have enough fuel for Aureus to go for another one, but he'll get a nice tow coming out of here, so can he improve his time? He does. He improves it by a tenth. That might be the margin that he needs. But a lot of these quick guys are now on their final runs now. As checkered flag has flown, Snickers Butt and Goodwill have just taken it. So I think we got Orphan Drop. Who we got? Oh, someone's had a spin there. That's Entei, so he won't be moving from ninth. Snickers Bud is in, so I'll go back to Orphan. So on board with the last corner now. Currently third. Good starting spot for him, but he want to improve that to possibly the front row. He goes nearly 2/10 quicker, but stays third. Karma stays fourth. Deputy 13th. He crosses the line. He stays 13th. I think Prezzo's the next man across the line. What can he do? He was currently up on his lap. Has he got time? He's found about half a tenth, but only moved him up one, but still P5. He can do a fair bit from there. Combat. He crosses the line. He needs to improve. He does. He goes into the top 5 now. Jedley is about to cross the line now. He's currently down on his time, but he's got any time he can make up. He does improve, but not by the 10th and a half that he needed. So that was Barna across the line. He finishes 8th. Logan crossed the line. He remains 6th. Actually, he does improve to 6th, sorry. Who's that? Jeff jumps up into the top 10. So I think that's everybody. Entei, oh, he's had another spin, and I believe that's no front wing. So Metz will be in. So our pole position for tonight is Grimmy. So nice job from him. Got it by about a tenth over Jedley. So Grimmy shown some good form lately. Just the races haven't exactly gone his way. So bit of a shorter run down to turn 1 than what we had last week at Mexico. But hopefully he can do this, get away cleanly, get the start. But he's got Jedley, and we've seen the pace he's had. Orphan Drop P3. So the quicker Red Bull in qualifying tonight. Karma, second AlphaTauri, P4. So AlphaTauri looking really good. Combat and Bompton, P5 and P7. They're up there as well. Logan, our newest full-time in the Aston Martin. Both Astons also in the 10, 6 and 9th. Prezzo, championship leader. Down probably further than probably wants to, but we've seen his racecraft through the race. So don't be surprised if he comes back through the field. And we see him possibly challenging for a podium position. But there's your results. Grimmy by a 10th over Jedley, Orphan, Karma, Combat, Logan, Bompton, Prezzo, Jeff, and Banana rounds out our 10. And then Metz, Stobby, Entei, who couldn't get that final lap in due to a spin out of turn 6. Deputy 14th, Snickers Bud 15th, and Goodwill, our only driver that didn't actually set a time. So will start 16th and last on the 8th row of the grid. So, but as you can see, the gaps, top 13 within a second, and top 5 within half a second. Top 7, I'll say, top 7 within half a second, which is good to see. But as we know here, ERS usage can be a fair bit, so drivers will have to manage that. Alright, we have blue skies ahead of us, so it will be a dry start for the very least. So, what do these drivers start on? Do they want possibly the medium tyres to get the quicker getaway, the hard tyres, and go long? Or do some play super aggressive and go soft tyres? Laps in terms of tyre usage around here. Softs, probably 6 to 7 laps. Before they really start dying off. Mediums, 12 to 13, and then hards about 15 to 17. So optimum medium to hard strategy would be mediums for 12 laps, hards for 15. But as we've seen in the past, this track can get safety cars. So, but front 3, I should say, look like they've gone hards. So they're going to try and go long. as we turn on all our equipment, and as you can see, we've only got 5 drivers starting on the mediums. The rest hard. So Orphan, Karma, Combat, Brompton and Prezzo. They're wanting to go and make up places early, while the rest are on hards. Goodwill's, he's been disqualified already, unfortunately, so he hasn't gotten off the line. So both Red Bulls, both Alfa Romeos and one Alfa Tauri, they've gone the aggressive route. So probably not a bad option, especially if there's an early-ish safety car. Mediums, if you have to stretch mediums, I'd say from a pit stop from lap 12 will get you home on the mediums, but it's definitely a stretch, as you see predicted stop strategy on there. So around 15 to 22 for a pit stop on the mediums. You probably won't see many drivers wanting to do the 2-stop unless we do get a few safety car interventions. But it's hard for the front too, so they'll have to be wary of the second row. But Grimmy, he wants to get away and lead. I'll just have a sip of water. Oh, and who's that? I think that's Logan around. So he's had a bit of a spin. Obviously trying to warm up his tyres. Probably a bit too much, so but they'll be nice and toasty for him coming off the line. Probably needs it with those hard tyres because he's surrounded by a lot of mediums. As we go on board with Snickers, Bud, Dobby's overshot, Combat's overshot. So a few of these guys will be starting a little bit further back. Snickers, Bud, he's slowly lining up on his grid spot. As we take the lights, 3, 4, heard the 5. And it's underway. Both had a decent start, but the AlphaTauri Jedley, but look at Orphan drop, splits the middle of them. He could easily take the lead into turn 1. As we goes two by two down the side. Oh, the AlphaTauri wants to fight back. Or is we got a spinner in the back? I think that's Bompton. Goodwill's, he's parked in a dangerous location, so he didn't get up the line. Oh, McLaren and the AlphaTauri fighting. So Karma wants to hold off from Grimmy. Grimmy's lost 3 spots, and those hard tyres not quite working as Prezzo. He's moved up 4 positions already. So starting 8th on the field, he's using those medium tyres to effect. So as we follow down, back straight for the first time, Orphan drop. Leads both AlphaTauri, so it's a Red Bull family. 1, 2, 3, 4 as Grimmy looks to make the move back on Prezzo, but can't quite do it. There's a bit of fighting in the midfield. Stobby fighting with Banana and... Combat and Metz. Metz lost the position to Entei, so Entei having to work his way back up. So Entei on those hard tyres. He's moved up a couple of positions as well, but we'll go back to the front. So Orphan drops, taking the early lead, just what he wanted, and nicely split the 2 hard runner cars on the front row. So, but Grimmy's, he's lost out the most, he's dropped 4 positions, so he just wants to take his time, get his hards back up. Problem is he's already out of DRS range from Prezzo, as Prezzo already on the back of Karma. So he's looking to go aggressive early. As we've got a yellow flag, Jeff, he's around unfortunately. As we'll quickly go back up, Logan and Banana side by side. Banana got his nose just in front, but Logan has the inside line. And Banana just squeezes him a little bit. Oh, has to get off the brakes. And Karma does. Jedley, oh, he's around, unfortunately. So he was currently running second, so that drops him back down the field. Hopefully he doesn't have any damage. As he got really tight with this front pack. Combat right behind Logan. Looks like Combat able to take a narrow line, tighter line through there, which gives him the better exit through here. It's kind of off track. So Logan, Combat fighting side by side. We've had a Aston Martin, spinner at the back. As we go possibly too wide through here. we do. So Logan's sort of struggling a little bit, and that allows Banana through. So Banana's moving up positions early. Deputy and Metz going side by side up into turn 10, or just about to hit turn 10. And they sort themselves out. Deputy remains in front. There's a lot of close racing in these early stages. As you see the big trail going through turn 11. But top 5 all broken DRS of each other, which is good for Orphan Drop and Karma. Grimmy in 4th. So he's definitely still in play, especially with the softer tyres at the end. But we'll go back on board with this middle pack. Could be really aggressive. They just don't want to start costing themselves too much time. And as we got Snickers Bud and Metz going side by side. Snickers Bud gets the move on Metz. So a little bit slower through there. Oh, and Metz has had a spin. Trying to get the run on Snickers Bud for the next corner. So unfortunately he'll have to correct that. So Jedley, he's moved back into 12th, but a long way off where he should be. But we'll have board with DRS for the first time. Quickly come back on Combat, because he's probably the first one that may have a go. We're a little bit too far back, but I'll quickly go back on board with Stobby and Logan. Logan sort of dropping down the field a little bit. He's got a yellow flag. I think that's Jeff around at turn 6 again. Stobby riding the curbs a little bit, but he gets the move done. So that's him up to 7th. We'll quickly go back on board. Karma's, he's found his rhythm, so he's right behind Orphan Drop now. So these two sort of don't want to battle too much, because they're breaking from Prezzo, and without DRS, that's a lot of time Prezzo's going to lose down the 2 straights. But Karma, he'll have DRS. Can he do much? Closing in a little bit with DRS. Both have only about 20%, so they've used a fair bit in these opening laps. Prezzo, he's doing a good job in saving. He's moved up 5 positions and he's still got half his battery left. Combat right behind Grim. Grim's saving a little bit. Combat's used more. Entei closing up to Logan. So Logan sort of struggling a little bit in these early stages. Run back on Karma. Half a second behind now. Probably a little bit closer than what he was last lap. Not burning ARS. Probably happy to stay behind, but Combat, he's definitely looking like it as Jeff's lost it again at turn 2. Combat the inside line. Grimmy just trying to hang it around the outside. Not quite. Those mediums doing their job nicely in this early stage. So Combat, he's up another position. Grimmy falling back to 5th. Grimmy looking to probably fight back, but mediums still have the advantage. Entei, he gets past Logan now. So Entei, he's moved up about 4 or 5 positions as well off this start. And he's on the hard tyre, so they make him worse nicely. But Logan's want to fight him back through turn 11. Or could there possibly be contact? No, they managed to do it. Entei holds his position. So Logan now. Oh, and he's had a spin. So his race hasn't gone well. Dropping position, and that spin's not going to help. So he'll have to get back on track. Hopefully he hasn't cooked them too much. Karma still half a second. Can't do much. Orphan Drop's holding his own. What about Stobby and Banana? Stobby right behind his teammate. So could we possibly see team orders? Problem is that's going to be hard with Entei right on the back of him. So we're right on board with Entei. He's got a fair bit of ERS. About 20% more. So Logan, he gets passed by Metz. So Aston Martin currently last of the runners. So hasn't worked well after both starting in the top 10. Entei, oh, he's had a bit of a moment, but he catches it. That'll leave him vulnerable to Deputy, but that makes it easier for Stobby not to have to worry and look through his mirrors. Karma about 4 tenths. As who we got, Logan and Metz. Metz has had a spin, so is that coming together? Well, Combat, he's had a bit of a moment as well, so it's unfortunate for him. He's dropped back down in P8. So So, and he's come back right to this train. So, Combat was in 4th position, so did Grimmy try and fight back with him. Hopefully he can settle those tyres down and get back up into the top 5 where he was. Karma definitely closer down this front straight now, about 4 tenths. So he's chipping away at that lead. And he's saving RS while he does it as well. So he's got about 25% more than Orphan Drop. So he's happy just to sit there, save, and then once he's close enough, he's going to burn a lot of it to get the move done. Rozo about 4 seconds off the lead at the moment. Yeah, so he's happily sitting there, same as Grimmy. Obviously that spin to Combat's helped him a little bit. So we go half a second off. That looked nicer for Karma. He's going to burn. Activate DRS. Will Orphan defend? No, I think he's realised with that poor exit that allows Karma to get the move done. Will he fight back out of this middle chicane though? Both roughly got the same exit, so Karma probably going to have to defend a little bit. Orphan's burning, but he hasn't got anything to burn with. Coming around turn 10 now, flat out turn 10, sweeping turn 11 now. Takes a narrow, tighter line through there. Karma wants the wider line to get the better exit through the exit of 11. So this is the closest battle on the track. Metz, he picks up 3 seconds early, only on lap 6. As Orphan goes for the more of the inside line to try and get a run. Problem is that probably didn't help his exit. So Karma leads onto lap 7 now. Orphan right behind him, only about a tenth. Orphan gets a better line through there. Karma might have had to defend a little bit or just had a poor exit out of 2. So Orphan managing to follow. But these two still pulling away from Prezzo with this battling, so it's not costing him time. Karma slightly wider than what Orphan Drop was. As we go on board with Orphan, he's burning. Karma's not. Will Karma defend the inside? Orphan goes for it. Karma had to run a little bit wide to make sure there was enough room for both of them to go through. So Orphan, he takes the lead back. Yellow flags. Then that's Snickers Bud. Oh no, sorry, that's at the back. Logan or My James Jeff has had another issue. Will he jump back up to the front? It's under 3 tenths. Karma and Orphan Drop. This battle continues. Metz gets past Logan into the chicane. He does, and sorry, Metz gets past Logan, so he gets that move done. But these guys are about 14 seconds off the current lead. Jedley, he's right behind the McLaren and Deputy. So he's trying to fight back through. Bit of a poor exit through there. Jeff spun out of the middle chicane. Lead out the front, about 4 tenths. We'll watch this battle coming through the main straight. Jedley trying to get past Deputy down the main straight, side by side. He gets the move done. Deputy sits in behind. Right in that inside curve. Bompton wants to have a look at Deputy. He's got no RS. Will he think about a move on the inside? No, but he'll take a wider entry to try and get the run on him through here. He can make a move on turn 5 if you're very close, but it's better to hold back, get a nice run out of this corner. Around turn 7, back straight using DRS, but both of them will have DRS. Jedley managed to get the gap enough as we watch Deputy and Bompton go side by side. Still side by side, no contact made. Bompton had the inside, now the outside. So nice battling from these two as we're on board with Snickers as we go out here, and Stobby and Banana, they're fighting. So whether that was a team move to let Stobby in front of Banana, probably had a bit of a poor exit Stobby through turn 10, which Banana decided not to fight through 11. Problem is Entei's right on the back of these two, so they've got to be careful. Lead at the front, lap 9, still half a second, so these two not going close. As we've got, who's that? Entei, Combat, he's in, so he's wanting to get an early stop off those mediums. So back on Banana. So he's staying behind his teammate at the moment, but Entei's right on the back as we go on board with Entei. Get a nice run through here. Turn 5, now the exit of 6, hugging that probably a little bit nicer than the two in front. So Banana's probably going to have to burn a little bit. He's got a little bit of a poor exit. Logan, he picks up his first 3 seconds. So these three stay in formation. Bompton behind Jedley, so Jedley done an alright job to come back to P8, still a fair way behind. So these medium runners, just 4 on them at the moment, 8 laps in. So the hard runners should slowly start coming back to them, you'd imagine. As Banana right on the back of Stobby. As we get the aerial view, these 3 cars line astern. So what will these two do? Entei probably lost a little bit, or Banana had a better exit. So will these two fight? He's not using ERS. Probably luckily that Entei had a poorer exit through there. Still about half a second covering these 3. As yellow flags, Jeff's around after turn 11. So just not his day, Jeff, today, unfortunately, after a decent qualifying that put him P9 on the field. As we quickly jump back up to the front, Karma, he's taken the lead back. So down the back straight once again. So Karma saved a little bit to get the move done. So quickly jump back here. These 3 have stayed the exact same. Bompton still behind Jedley. So Prezzo still about 5 seconds off the lead. So he's lost a little bit. Who's that around? That's Karma. So he's lost it. Hopefully he's got his full front wing, but that leaves Orphan Drop all on his own now. He's losing on his own. Was there a little bit of contact? Got a little bit of a margin to Stobby, but Karma, he might want to just get off those mediums now. No, he does come in. Doesn't want to be careful not to speed. He's right, so he's in. He'll be on those hard tyres. So we have Red Bull 1-2 at the moment. Grimmy on those hards, going along. Currently in 3rd. So Karma, where will this put him? This would imagine put him towards Metz, perhaps. So, Combat was the first one that pitted, so Karma's going to be a long way ahead of him. Deputy gets past, Karma comes out now. Nearly the pit straight. Bompton, he picks up 3 seconds in his battle with Jedley. As they come around turn 7 now. Bompton. We've got the battle in front, Banana and Entei following Stobby. Nothing doing. Same with this battle here. So Jedley just getting the better exit out of turn 7 that Bompton can't quite carry it. So I think those mediums are just starting to struggle a little bit now. Entei, but he's only 2.5 tenths, so he's right on the back of Banana. Coming through turn 11 now. Nana hugged the inside line a little bit more. Entei trying to find a way through. We've got a nicer exit through here, but not exactly an overtaking spot. Will he think about the last corner? Takes a water line through here. As we got Prezzo and Bompton, they're both in. They want off those mediums as well. So we'll see where these guys fall back into the field. But Banana, I think he wants a bit of a hurry up from Stobby. Could probably go a little bit quicker, but they can't easily just swap them back over with Entei right there. And Jedley, he's closed the gap quite quickly. Bompton, he comes out. He's behind Karma. Oh, and Deputy and Karma coming back onto the field, onto the track very closely. Prezzo will have those cold, hard tyres. So will Deputy fight him, knowing that he's racing one of the top front runners that's already made his pit stop? Prezzo just struggling through there. Prezzo, he's going to burn, so he's going to try and make a move if he can. As I quickly look, Banana and Stobby, they've made a move up the field, but this leaves Entei. Round turn 10, can he get the move done? Yes, he does. Will he look for a 2-in-1? He goes to the outside of turn 11. Still a bit of a cutback. Oh, they both go wide. As Stobby tries to fight back. Orphan, he's into the pits now. Prezzo, he gets back past Deputy. So Deputy got him at the chicane, but Prezzo got him back with the new tyres. Stobby right behind Entei. Oh, nearly contact between the two. That affects his exit out of the last corner, so that will let Entei off at the hook a little bit. So his next target's Banana. As Orphan drop. Where does he come out? He was battling Karma. So he should be right. Prezzo just exiting the final corner now. So plenty of room. He'll have time to get those hard tyres up. That fight Prezzo had with Deputy probably hurt him a little bit. And who spun? Jeff again. Entei. Banana a little bit wide. Always had a moment. This will open the door to Entei. Banana stays wide. Knows he's made the mistake. Now Stobby. Will he look for a move on his teammate? Oh, he thinks about it. He's gone up there. Oh, nearly contact, or there might have been contact, or he spun on the curb. So the two Williams battling there. So Stobby's lost out. It might have been a little bit better to stay behind. Banana probably wasn't thinking that he'd go for it, but we'll have to see what happens. But that allows Jedley back into the top 5. So lap 13. Grimmy just about across the line for lap 14. No safety cars as of yet. Top 6 have yet to stop, as well as Metz and Logan. And my name is Jeff. So coming onto the front straight now. Does Banana have anything to fight back, or does Entei try and push now after he's been stuck behind this train for the last 5-6 laps? As we got Orphan drop, he's behind Snickers Bud. He managed to keep his 4-second gap to Prezzo. Karma, he's obviously the big loser out of that, but with the pace that we saw, he should be on the back of Prezzo anytime soon now. Banana, yeah, half a second behind. Jedley, half a second as well back. Yeah, I think Banana's just going to sit behind. He will. She'll quickly go past Orphan Drop and Snickers Spud side by side. So that's an easy move from Orphan Drop. Fresher tyres. Snickers Bud 13 lap old hards versus Orphan Drop's 1 lap. And Metz and Deputy fighting as Logan. He's retired in the pit lane, so he's our first DNF of the race. So Metz gets the move done on Deputy, but will he fight back? No, that move looks steady, but I'll quickly go back up to this battle for P2. Banana only under 3.5 tenths behind Entei. As Entei, that's in, so he's on those mediums. He's looking for the undercut to get a bit of a margin. So this leaves Banana and Deadly battling. So Logan just sitting at the end of pit lane. Hopefully Entei's car doesn't get affected by that. I'll quickly watch our board, see where he comes out. Obviously he'll be on the fresher tyres. Orphan Drop, Prezzo, Karma have gone through already. Alright, so that Logan car has cleared and no issues with Entei coming out on the track. Back up to Deadly, only 3/10 within it. For an overtake, no, I think we'll just sit back, save a bit of ERS this time by. Does close in a little bit, not quite enough. Oh, that's a bit of lag. I thought he massively missed his braking zone there, but that was just a bit of lag, luckily. As we've got Deputy and Metz fighting again, and I think Deputy got the move back, so Metz might have had a bit of an issue through turn 6. Yeah, because Deputy had DRS. So maybe a bit of a moment from Metz that allows Deputy. So these two having a good battle. Both of these guys still have to stop though. Quickly jump back up to Jedley, sticking with Banana. Will they come in? They want to cover. If they want to cover from Entei, they've got to come in this lap. They stay out, so they're wanting to take their mediums, still have them nice and fresh throughout the all. But Grimmy, he wants those fresh mediums. He wants to attack. He'll probably have a bit of a margin to Entei. How far behind does he come behind Karma though? Because they're the two that are battling. Jelly's still right behind Banana. So where does Grimmy come out? He comes out behind Karma. About a 3-second lead, and those mediums will be a little bit easier to warm up. So Grimmy's definitely not out of this. So expect him to come back to these two. Karma, he's nearly within a second of Prezzo. Jedley, he's going for the move. He does, he burns side by side. Jedley should have the overtake done before the corner, and he does. Banana will sit back in behind. So these guys have got about an 8-second lead over Orphan Drop at the moment. These two yet to pit, so we've got 5 guys that have yet to stop yet. Banana wants to try and fight back. Does he think about the inside? No, thinks better of it. So only 3 guys with penalties at the moment. FP picks up 3 seconds, so that's our 4th driver with penalties. So do these two come in? Banana, he wants the undercut on Jedley. So they were battling Entei before. So where will these guys pop out? Entei stuck behind another train now. He's got Entei and Deputy. Hopefully for his sake they both come in. One does, so this will allow him to possibly get the overtake done on the front straight. Just remember, Banana's going to be somewhere involved in this. Side by side these two go. Entei should have the better exit. You see Banana coming out of pit lane, so he's lost a bit of margin, but he's not out of this battle. So Entei gets the move done on Metz. He needed to do that, get the move done quickly. So Metz, the only driver currently out of sync on those 16 lap old tyres. So Bompton, you should have the better exit through 7. But look through 6 now. Actually, it was Bompton that probably went a little bit wider. And Metz will still have DRS because he's within second of Entei. So Bompton will have to sit behind for the time being. So Banana. About just under 3 seconds off Entei is yellow flag. That's pretty sure that's Jeffrey, and again it is. So he's having a bit of a mare tonight. But he will still score a couple of points if he crosses the line. Oh, look out, leader Jedley. He's in. Oh, and he's picked up a 5-second for his trouble. So that will hurt him in his battle with Banana. So unfortunate. Tried to come in as quickly as he can. Probably just a few Ks over, but that will do. So 5 seconds will cost him, especially if there's possibly a late safety car towards the end, but he'll drop back. So Orphan, he retakes the lead of the race. So Grimmy, P4, Jedley, he's probably going to be near Entei. Entei gets past, so he's going to feed in behind Bompton. Oh, Bompton looks for a move on the inside. He's going to want to make the move done while Jedley's tyres are still cold. Needs to get a nice run out of 6, maybe pressure Jedley into trying to go too quick through these corners. Maybe make more use of tyres that aren't quite ready. Jedley, those mediums pretty much nearly all the way up to speed already. You saw how much more speed Jedley had through turn 6 and then turn 7. So Jedley, he's on the freshest tyres of the top 6, but there's still a bit of margin between them. Karma, he's now within 8/10 of Prezzo for that second place. Now remember, championship standings, Prezzo has to win no matter what to take the title today. So I'd highly doubt it, but could there be team orders? You wouldn't think so, because Prezzo's still got 5 rounds after today, including 2 sprints, so doesn't need to wrap it up today. But Grimmy and Entei, Grimmy needed to be outside the top 7, so even if Prezzo won today, championship would still go on to Brazil. But Orphan Drop having really nice pace and pretty much nice battle with Karma at the start, but sort of dominated after that, managing to keep his lead. That gap's sort of maintained the 4-second mark. I think Prezzo's probably having to push a little bit more with Karma behind him. But Grimmy only 1.7 seconds off as well, so he's not out of a podium position. And let's not forget, penalties could play a part at the end, so these guys have to be careful. Jedley, those new mediums, he's got a lot of pace right behind Entei, so he want to get a move done nice and quick. So coming down to turn 8, a little bit of a movement to the right, to the left I should say. Not quite done, but he's got carrying a lot more speed through the corners. On board, he did get a nicer run out of 9 though. Entei has to go defensive, but will leave him runnable out of 10. He does, and Jedley lines him up. Entei covering again as it goes side by side. Jedley trying to go around the outside. Still side by side, pushed off track a little bit, but he's still got the inside line, he's still there. Just gets the move done, but Entei, will he come back? He has the better line out of there. So Jedley gets the move done, but he's still got Entei right on his backside, and Entei will have DRS coming onto this straight. And Jedley had to use a fair bit to make the move done. Entei, I think he's just going to sit behind, maybe he thinks follow him. Jedley holds on for now. Stobby, he goes up a position because combat's in. So that's his second stop. Possibly going fastest lap combat. So Karma within 8/10. So Prezzo seemed to be getting a better exit out of 6 and 7. But Karma is closing ever the while, and Grimmy, he's nearly within a second of Karma. So we're looking for nearly at a 3-way fight for second. Orphan Drop still, again, probably losing 2/10 to Prezzo, but with only 7 laps to go at that rate, won't catch. Entei, one of our front runners, he picks up 3 seconds. So that hurts him. He needs to stay within 2 of Jedley, because Jedley has that 5-second pen for that pit stop speeding. Bompton and Banana going side by side now. So Banana on those fresher tyres. He'll take the inside, Bompton the outside, but Banana should have much more grip. Oh, they're still side by side. Banana has to leave him room. Bompton thinking about up the inside. Still close side by side. Banana probably the better run with those tyres. Both have got similar ERS, which is nearly bugger all. These 3 will have DRS. Jedley, he's broken Entei. So Bumped it down the straight. I'll quickly come back to this battle because Karma's now right on the back of Prezzo. And Grimmy's following him. Right on board with Karma now. We'll see if he can get the better exit through 6 here. Wasn't too bad. Prezzo seems to just go a little bit nicer, but again, it's probably the closest it's been since this battle's happened. He's going to burn DRS. Prezzo's not going to fight him. So move done. Karma up into second. Prezzo up to third. And remember, these two can't fight because Grimmy only on 5 lap old mediums. They should be still nice and fresh. And he's within DRS now. Prezzo, he's saving a little bit, so he's not as aggressive. Who's that around? I think that's Stobby or Snickers Bud. No, that was Stobby, I think, spun. So he's lost a little bit of time now. Bompton right behind Banana. So Entei, I think, lost a little bit of ground there, so maybe a little bit of mistake from him as well. Quickly jump back up to Prezzo because he's still right behind. Coming through the final corner now. Orphan drop. Just start lap 22 now. We've got 6 laps to go. So first you think's pretty much done unless a mistake happens, but we're looking at the battle for P2 now. One of these men will not finish on the podium. Karma about half a second. Right on board with Prezzo now. Has he got anything through this corner? Karma's tyres are a lap older. About the same. He's not burning, realising he's probably a little bit too far back. But Grimmy, he's definitely burning. Combat, he sets the fastest lap, 33.4 on those fresh mediums. Currently in 13th position though, but if he's got pace, he can get probably Deputy and Mets with laps remaining. Compton still behind Banana. Entei sort of dropped up a little bit, so he's going to claw his way back. As we see the nice aerial shot around turn 11. So Prezzo not right on the back as what he was previous lap, but Grimmy's definitely closed in and he's got the gap closer. About to even. Come down. Start lap 23. My name Jeff is in for fresh softs. So he's in front of the leader at the moment. We'll go back to Bompton. Thought about a move. So he's still right behind Banana. So, still a few battles in this field combat. He's right behind Deputy. We switch back to the battle up front though. Prezzo. Not quite close enough, so we'll stay steady at the front. Bompton. He's still not close enough. Banana. Got about 10% more ARS. Bompton a little bit more comfortable out of this chicane, but Banana gets the exit. Focusing on the exit he is. Prezzo still right up close to Karma again. Grimmy right in behind. Combat gets past Deputy. Our leader starts lap 24 now, and then you've got this trio. Karma leading the way. That spin might have been costing for this lead. Prezzo right behind, but Grimmy's following him as well. Grimmy might have to think about trying to make a move done because those mediums will start to suffer a little bit. Still 3/10 between these two. Bompton's still right on the back of Banana. Can he get a better exit through here? Not quite. Karma weaving a little bit. He's now burning Prezzo. Go on board with Grimmer, watches the action. Side by side, Prezzo gets the move done, but it will make him take a later apex through there, so that's going to hurt his run out of here. Karma, will he think about burning? No, he won't. He'll sit behind. Will he line up a move for at 11? He's getting closer. Not quite. Prezzo takes the racing line. Same as Karma. So Prezzo back in the second and holds that position. Bompton. Again. Fighting Banana. Not much he can do. I think Karma might have just struggled through the last couple of corners because Grimmy's right on the back of him. Jeff, he sets the fastest lap 32.4 on those brand new softs. So unless anyone else pits for softs, I don't think that's going to be beaten today. Lap 25, safety car will not be a factor in this race. So Prezzo within 3 seconds, so Orphan hopefully just managing. Still a lot of time that he can play, but he doesn't want to get too comfortable. Deputy unfortunately left the session, hopefully he can get back in. He won't lose any positions and should still be accountable because he's done 90% of the race before he left. Prezzo, just a bit of a margin on Karma now, so I think Prezzo just stretching his legs a little bit. Problem is with these two DRS zones, you can try and push, but if you're not out of that second, the car behind can easily just eat up all that time that you tried to get. Let's quickly jump back. Bompton and Banana side by side through the chicane. Want to get an exit out of turn 9. Banana get the better one, but can Bompton respond? Nearly got the move done. Banana has to defend a little bit on the inside. Just Bompton, no, Bompton will stick to the outside line. Banana went a little bit deeper to protect the position, but Bompton should have a better exit out of turn 11. Not quite. Combat, he gets a 3-second penalty. Quickly back up to Grim. Thought about a move on the last corner. That probably hurts him coming onto the front straight. As we got yellow flag, that's Jeff around on those softs, so he's out of the way. He should be ghosted, but yeah, he's just going to stay out of the way for the leader, which is good. And then you've got this trio. As Bompton, he gets the move done on Banana. But we'll possibly see these two fight back in the last couple of laps. That's right, Gavin. Yeah, Carmen's under a lot of pressure, but these second, third and fourth battle, no mistakes. They can't afford a mistake, otherwise they'll drop a position. So these three fighting with all they've got. Prezzo, he's currently in the lead of this trio at the moment. Orphan drop, he's only 2.5 seconds in front of this battle, so he should still be fine. We're getting a little bit too close for liking though. Maybe he's eaten up 2 of his warnings and wants to be careful about getting a third. But top 4 yet to get a warning yet. Brother's got enough. Or Banana. I think Banana and Bompton, did they have a little bit of contact? But Bompton, that's dropped him a couple of places down, so Banana, he stays P6. But jump back to the battle for second as we start the final lap at Circuit Paul Ricard. Orphan has a 2.2 second lead. Karma right behind Prezzo. Grimmy's just dropped back a little bit, so I think this is going to be Karma's time. He's got a bit more ARS, so this is going to be the battle coming into the final lap. Karma needs to get a nice exit out of here. Does, it's not too bad. He's going to burn straight away. So both will be burning, they are. Karma will have both. It's going to be close coming into turn 8. Prezzo defends, but can't quite get the move done. Or get the defend done. Karma takes second place. Prezzo, does he have anything to fight back with? Both burned all their ERS to make for Karma to get that move done. So coming around turn 10 now. Is there a move on at turn 11? Not quite. Probably a little bit too far away. Oh, Karma goes a little bit wide. Prezzo, this tight and twisty last part of the track. Orphan drops only 1.2 seconds away. So Orphan drop should be fine. Prezzo, does he think of something on the last corner? Oh, he thought about it, not quite close enough. But Orphan drop got the lead on lap 1, battling with Karma. But Orphan drop is your winner of France. Karma manages to hold on to P2, Prezzo P3, Grimmy not quite enough for P4. Jedley with that 5-second penalty, but he managed to get the gap to Banana over 5 seconds, so he should stay there. Banana. Oh, Jedley loses, unfortunately, to Banana. But he does finish ahead of Entei. So Banana finishes top 5, so nice result from him. Jedley P6, Entei finishes 7th, Bontham P8 after a couple of spins. Dobby P9, Metz P10. He gets served a 5-second penalty, so he may drop 2. He does to Snickers Bud and Combat. And then we watch Deputy come across the line, and then Jeff will be our final finisher. He's a lap down, but he does score a couple of points, and he has got that point, I believe, for fastest lap. He does. So he'll pick up 3 points, Jeff. As we have a look at positions change, I think Prezzo was one of the big movers, same as Banana. And Tahi moved up 6, Snickers Butt up 5. So all 4 of those drivers had a really good race. And then Combat probably our biggest loser, same as Jeff and Logan. 6, 5, and then 9 spots. So, but really nice job from these drivers, especially the top 4. Orphan drop. Nice battle with Karma, and then in that second stint, just had the track to himself, which is what you want. So, Orphan drop. He stands on the podium, top step of the podium for the first time. Did get a 3rd place in Japan, but it's the top step for him for the first time this season. So, really nice job from Orphan drop. So he'll move up. He was in a 3-way fight for 14th, so hopefully with that win, I think that may move him into possibly the top 10 in the championship. Hasn't been all his way, but awesome job from him. Prezzo didn't quite have enough to keep Karma out on that final lap, but as I said, it's going to be a matter of when, not if, with this championship. So championship does move on to Brazil, which is our next round, which is a sprint race as well. So double the action next week. But your results on screen. Orphan drop managed to do it by 1.3 from Karma, Prezzo and Grim. Those 3 locked in a battle for pretty much the entire second half of that race. Banana Cake Pie, he's battled with Bompton in the second half. He comes out on top, P5. Another good result from him. Jedley, bit of a spin early on, but a good fight back to come back, P6. Entei, P7, he moved up a fair few positions. Bompton, what it could have been after his couple of spins. Dobby, his spin with his battle with his teammates, so he could have been right up there as well. Snickers Bud finishes in the 10, and then Combat, Metz, Deputy, and my name is Jeff, last of the finishers. So we only had 1 DNF Logan, and then Goodwill was our final. Well, Goodwill was our DNF, but he did get disqualified on the first lap. So, but what we'll do now is there's results on screen. We'll come back in a couple of minutes and we'll interview the top 3. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, back with the top three now. So we'll start with our third place getter. It's our current championship leader, Prezzo. Pretty much a fight with both Karma and Grimmy at the end there. Karma got you on the last lap, but starting 8th, you managed to sneak on that podium as well. Didn't quite wrap up the championship this week, but I think it's going to be when, not if. But yeah, awesome job from you. And tell us about how your night went and then that battle at the end.
Well, first, thank you very much, mate. Stole the podium tonight. Didn't have any speed in the car. Didn't have much confidence, but that battle at the end was so much fun. I haven't had that much fun for, good couple of weeks at least. So, good hard battle, clean racing, and yeah, that was just really enjoyable. And I'm just happy to come away from here with a podium. So that sets up Brazil very nicely.
Yeah, and how do you feel you'll go at Brazil? Obviously, you sort of needed to win, and then Entei and Grimmy to sort of have a bit of a mare. That didn't quite happen, but should be pretty much with this sprint round. First, how are you at Brazil, and do you reckon you could wrap it up next week?
No, we're okay at Brazil, so yeah, we should be able to wrap it up next week. If we can do it in the sprint, I'm doing donuts on the formation lap of the feature race.
Yeah,
I can guarantee that. I don't give a rat's ass if I get disqualified from the bloody formation lap. I will do it.
Yeah, and that's probably what we tend to do. So, as celebrating our championships is obviously spins. If we can do them on the formation lap, yeah, we'll do it then. But congrats again on P3, and obviously we'll see you next week in Brazil.
Thank you very much, mate. See you next week.
All right, see ya. And our P2, Karma, second week on the podium, not quite for P1 again. That little spin in the first stint probably cost you a battle at that top spot, but awesome battle at the end with you three, Prezzo, Grimmy as well. So how was your race tonight?
It was good. It was bloody exciting towards the end. It was awesome. Props to Prezzo and Grimmy. Grimmy was making me worried. Was making me push really hard to catch the back of Prezzo. I wouldn't have been there if I didn't spin, obviously, but you got to make the best of a bad situation. So I pitched straight away to go get fresh tyres and try and make as much ground as I could. Ended up being a second behind Prezzo when he came out of the pits, and I gained 3 seconds, so I made the best of it. But I was very much looking forward to battling with Orphan Drop throughout that whole race, but unfortunately I spun. He more than deserved it. I could not catch back up to him once I got past Prezzo, so he definitely had the pace. He deserved it, so it was good.
Good to hear. And then next week, Brazil sprint round as well. How are you going to find it? One of your better tracks or one that you sort of struggle with?
It's a track that I actually struggle with a bit. I never really do many practice laps around Brazil. So, yeah, we'll see how we go, but nothing special there. Well, like I said last week, for this week, top 5 would be good. That'll make me happy.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can see you near the top again. So, Karma, congrats again, P2, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, mate. Congrats again, Orphan Drop. Good win.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Now, our race winner, first race win of the season as well, Orphan Drop. How are you feeling after that one? Sort of got the very nice move at the start, split both hard runners on the front row, got into the lead, bit of a battle with Karma, but once he had his spin, it was pretty much clear sailing for you.
Yeah, pretty much the start set me up for that win today. So I can just basically, you can look back at the spins from other people, but no, like I just look back at the start. That's what won the race for me today. I knew starting from third and seeing those two ahead of me on hards, it's like, all right, here's your chance, because once you get track position, you can probably defend it quite nicely. So, no, really, really happy to get a win. Just so there's a facade of both Red Bull drivers pulling their own weight. But no, apart from that, it was bloody good. It's really nice to be on the top step. It's been kind of hard just watching Prezzo just win every race. It's like, wouldn't mind one of those, but yeah, glad I got one.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. Sort of, we've seen the raw speed from you, but you just sort of haven't had the results other than the third in Japan, and then the fifth at USA. You've sort of just struggled, and then sort of had a couple of little spins here and there, but obviously probably reward for effort for you. I'm imagining that you got this win, and again, sort of Prezzo's sort of been right up there, and then sort of helping Red Bull, like leading the constructors by over 100 points, and you feel like this one sort of you want to get your name there, that you sort of wanted the win, and you knew you had the pace, but as I said, I think you pretty much proved, with no one else having like spins or anything like that, you earned this one on track today.
I would say so, yeah. Like, I think even if Karma didn't spin, I was going to get him. Like, I obviously haven't raced him too often, and I did pull a move back into the chicane for the lead early on, and as soon as I got it, I just said in the party, it's like, this guy hasn't raced me too often. No, there's no disrespect there at all, but obviously, because we haven't raced each other before, doesn't really know my moves, so, just, I thought I had enough tricks up the bag anyway to get the job done, and it turns out I did. Still won by over a couple of seconds, so by the end I was just cruising, to be fair, because there's no need. You see those guys battling their asses off, it's like, all right, just bring it home. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. And Brazil next week, continue this form on. Another win, sprint round.
First priority is getting Prezzo's championship, so that's the main focus heading into next week, and then we can party.
Yeah.
Then we can go for it. We'll try to wrap this constructors up early as well, and then then it's even more partying.
Yeah. Well, again, congratulations on your first win, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, man. Can I just say I appreciate your commentary once again. You do such a fantastic job, and I love your work. So thank you very much, mate.
Well, good. Thanks, man. And we'll see you all next week at the sprint round at Brazil. So same time, same place. But until next week, it's bye from us. All right.